name is Gunhild and Skovmand is my middle name, and that has a special context in my upbringing because many people in the Skovmand family have been working with free schools, the folk high schools, the magazines published on these issues. And so from my very upbringing, I have been introduced to a special way of life, you could say, in Denmark based on Grundtvig's idea of that it is important that you are involved in all aspects of work, no matter which background you come from, and all people should be treated with respect and shown equal importance. In 1988, we were, or maybe late 87, we were approached by the DANIDA, the Danish Development Agency, and asked if we would consider being a partner to Bangladesh Association for Community Development, because there was a project there, but they felt that they needed to strengthen the contents of the project, and it was a direct embassy-funded project in Bangladesh. But they felt that they needed a partner, and there was also at that time that it should be in partnership with a Danish NGO in order also to spread the knowledge about the project and the initiatives. So that, you could say, was the start of the development work. So in '88 I went together with that time the international consultant, and we went to Bangladesh.
My connections with Denmark is inseparably linked with my connections with Gunhild Skovmand. At that time, she and others from BASE and Gunhild project were looking for someone or a group of people who could evaluate the Gunhild project. At that time, some of my friends and I had founded an organization, research organization. So she came to our office, and later she informed us that they had selected us to do this evaluation. So that is how we came into contact with Denmark, with FFD, with DANIDA, whatever you call it, through Gunhild.
Our visit to the different areas where the schools were, because at that time we were requested if we would like to be partners, and then so we had to decide that afterwards, and then there was a new project to be written, a project proposal, etc. At that time, Fatima Kabir was the director of BASE. So I met her in '88. And she accompanied us to see the different folk high schools. We visited, the first one I think was Ujjain, Kanyahanya and Pontigram, and then Rangunya. Rangunya was closed at that time, but we were there anyhow, we went there. So these were the 4 places. The 5th was in Shonavon. So these were the base Gonna Be the Lawyer project. And afterwards we said yes, that we would very much like to be partners.
That time Gunhild visited Bangladesh, sit with base, talk with base, visited the places. They submitted the proposal. Thereafter, this Ganavidyalaya started at that time. At that time, it was a school for life. And the objective is to make the student active citizen of Bangladesh.
I met him very young student, even, and gradually he came to become more involved. He was sent to a seminar we had, an international seminar which was held in South India, in Kerala, at Mitranikirtan. And at that seminar, I told I would like there to be 100 Ganavidyalaya's in Bangladesh. And then he thought, well, why is that? And somehow came to look into how much this possibility for some education and some practical help, learning some small skills, how that could change the life of a person. An intelligent young man with a lot of ideas. He's a very capable teacher, I must say. I have seen him. He really can engage people.
Well, as Gunhild said, that Kerala conference and workshop was actually a eye-opening for me. It changed my life on a 180-degree scale. I used to know Gunhild as my mother's friend from very young age, but Gunhild and Grundtvig both came to me very intimately, very personally in Kerala. I'm Imran Zulkarnain Imon. I have been working in Pratika Parishad for last 22 years now. Pratika Parishad means committed committee. So some good people of the Bijupur Union of Kumila district, they came together and built Pratika Parishad, and my mother was one of them, who was one of the founder of the organization. And when they started the community school project, it has a vision to make a democratic civil society in Bijupur Union through non-formal education, and their target group was basically school dropped out, marginalized youths of the area. At that moment, Pratika Parishad actually having a folk high schools, and it was having a same youth development project through different vocational activities, and then we could connect that, okay, along with the vocational activities we can have a cultural activities, but the ultimate objective is to create the leadership of the youths so that it can contribute in forming a civil society in the Bijupur Union area and ultimately contributing Bangladesh. Within a very short time, this project got eyes of Danish embassy, and they actually gave me a complete project for 5 years, which called Space. So along with our CS project, we had Space project. CS project is the community school project, which was the Ganavidyalaya, Bijupur Ganavidyalaya project. We also had the Space project, and they worked actually together under the same, almost the same management and same vision and objectives.
He is to come here for the project of the Ganavidyalayas. Also another NGO called Pratika Parishad. This was Tushi, the international coordinator. A50, I think, that evolution called International Folk High School Association. She was very active there. So I received a letter. First, a semi-personal letter from Christian district, and then Gunhild, and then later, a formal letter from the principal of International People's College, Helsinki. I think it is these two ladies conspired something and it happened. That would we like to join as a teacher, as a research student to their college. I knew about Helsinki International People's College, so I was rather happy to do that. I'll be able to go to Denmark for this purpose. So then I accepted and I went there, and that was very enlightening for me. I understood how the folk high school works. I visited, they organize all those visits to different kind of folk high schools. I mean, I was certainly amazed. I mean, so dedicated to her work. I think a few years she was the coordinator for the Gunhild project. Gunhild ran best. And others also noticed other organizations who were working with the education of the poor in this country. Gunhild became a kind of a model.
Who are the beneficiaries of this? First time it was fixed that these are the young generation, 18 plus. Youth, boys, girls who are school dropped out, who are unemployed, less educated, and from the poor family. And for the female, especially the widow, separated women,
আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আমার নাম মোসাম্মদ সুমি বেগম, আমার স্বামীর নাম মুন্নার, আমার গ্রাম তিতুলিয়া। আমি বকুল মহিলা সমিতির সভাপতি এবং ভরতখালী মহিলা গণকেন্দ্রের নির্বাচিত কেশিয়ার। আমরা সপ্তাহে সবাই মিলে একটা উঠান বৈঠকে বসে আলোচনা করি যে আবার সঞ্চয় দেই, সবাই মিলে সঞ্চয় দেই। যাদের সমস্যা হয় তারা আবার সঞ্চয় থেকে টাকা নেয়, নিয়ে সমাধান করার পরে আবার টাকাটা ফেরত দেয়। আবার অন্যকে দিয়ে সাহায্য করি, যে সমস্যাগুলো হয় তাদেরকে দেই, ওনারা আবার সমস্যার সমাধান হয়ে গেলে টাকাগুলো আমাদেরকে ফেরত দেয়। তারপরে হচ্ছে কোথায় গেলে মানে উপজেলায়, তারপরে কৃষি অফিস, এগুলো গেলে আমরা সুযোগ সুবিধা পেতে পারি, সেটা নিয়ে আমরা আলোচনা করি যে এটাকে আমরা বুঝি যে গণকেন্দ্র। আমি 2021 সালে উদয়ন স্বাবলম্বী সংস্থা গণকেন্দ্রের সাথে যুক্ত হই। আর সেখান থেকে আমি সেলাই প্রশিক্ষণ পেই। তারা আমাদেরকে আবার সেই কাজগুলো দেয়, ওনারা করার পরে আমাদেরকে কাজগুলো জমা নেওয়ার পরে টাকাও দিয়েছে। তারপরে হাঁস মুরগির ট্রেনিং পেয়েছি, যুব উন্নয়ন থেকে আমরা লোন পেয়েছি, কম সুদে সরকারি লোন। তা দিয়ে আমরা হচ্ছে হাঁস মুরগি পালন করছি, সেটা দিয়ে লাভবান হচ্ছি। তারপরে কৃষি অফিস থেকে আমরা হচ্ছে শাকসবজি পেয়েছি। তারপরে ঝর্ণা, অনেক ধরনের ফল ফলান্তির গাছও ওনারা দিয়েছে, সেগুলো আমরা লাগাচ্ছি, সবজি খাই এবং পাশাপাশি বিক্রি করি, এটা নিয়েও আমরা লাভবান হয়েছি।
Bandhab is a Bangla name which means friendship. Is the name of a Danish organization which was actually somehow we were developing the idea since late 2000, and we always thought that so many Danish people who are coming to Bangladesh and actually loving Bangladesh, working here, and we are becoming friends, and these friendships were going beyond professionalism. We are actually having the common vision, common understanding. We are having the friendship with the Danish people, and this friendship was became beyond professionalism. So Bandhab was bound to happen actually. As I say about Gunhild a lot, that I've never seen a Danish citizen loving my country, Bangladesh, so much.
I think we did what we could when we think about the capacity in the board and so on. And I must say I'm really pleased that it now also Bandhab succeeded in getting a new project to try out this new strategy where you focus on groups and yes, working in groups and how you can develop it. I don't know to what extent we succeeded in making these bigger organizations, which was the idea that all the groups should form a big organization and in that way try to be somehow influence the civil society and funding to activities like that of the Gunhild.
So Bandhab took the Ganokendra idea immediately. So they had 10 Ganokendras, and then each Ganokendras have like 25 to 30 members. Each Ganokendras they worked in 3 different unions. So each union had few Ganokendras. Each Ganokendras has a committee. Then each union had a union committee, and all 3 unions combined together had a Upojila committee, which is a sub-district committee. And that mother committee, they used to work with the local government. And actually in Bangladesh, local governments has different projects and opportunities, different funds, different sort of projects, initiatives, helps, but nobody knows about it. So the Ganokendras' main objective was to make them aware of their rights and make them organized as a right seekers, so that they can go to the right givers and make a solid bargaining to grab which is actually theirs, which belongs to them. And this model is very easily replicable, and this is the beauty of this project. It's cost effective, it's absolutely learning by doing.
I learned a lot from this project. We had in the project the life story experience where there was an interview, Tanvia and another girl from Denmark, Hanne Damtoft. They made life story interviews with, I think it was around 20 beneficiaries about. So in this respect, I learned a lot about how the possibility of attending a 6 months course at the Gonna Be the Lawyer has changed their whole life situation, both financially and socially also, because they started to believe that they could do something. Women together, they went to the father of a young girl whom he wanted to enter into marriage underage, and they tried to convince him that this was wrong and it would affect her health if she had a baby, so being so young. Or in the end they threatened him that now we will report to the police that this is your plan, etc. And to hear them express the proudness that we have made this change for that girl. They really felt that they could do something.
What is Bandhab doing? Bandhab is actually bringing together the youths of 2 different culture, language, landscape and society together on a common ground. And this common ground is the future of the world. We need to have this sort of common ground organizations in every aspect of life. It's not only Bangladesh, Denmark. Every country, between every country, should have cultural exchange programs, literary exchange programs, ideas and thoughts exchange program, sharing of democracy, the crisis of democracy, crisis of human rights, and our circle of concern should be very big if we want to encounter the monsters that are actually dividing us into pieces.
When I've had the discussions with we've made interview with the beneficiaries and heard about their life situation, I mean, our problems are small. If I look at my own life, it has been totally changed due to my engagement in volunteer work. And I say it's a unique opportunity to try and utilizing the skills you have and at the same time learn many new skills.
The moment when the whole world is divided into smallest of segments, we need organizations like Bandhab, where people of the world will be working together as a global citizen to counter these world problems.